good to hear this story about a 90-year-old woman in New York City.
We need positivity. And so when we find these stories, we just jump all over it. 90 years old, March 13th, she thought she had a cold. Well, what happened? It started progressing and she got to where she couldn't breathe really well. Took her to the doctor and found out she did have COVID-19. She took the test. It was positive. So she had to go to the hospital. And it got so bad that her pastor came in kind of to say those last goodbyes. Well, she rebounded. And a week or so later, she got out of the hospital.
Good.
She's still recovering. She's still not as strong as she was, but man, she's getting better every day. And she's getting ready to celebrate number 91.
COVID-19 free.
That's right.
She got through it. High risk, right? And yet
sure.
God brought her through this thing.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Through all this social distancing thing that we have to put up with.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you've seen this on Twitter. I don't know if you're mindlessly going over social media during this time of social distancing and going through the feeds. I'm not on Twitter a lot, but the other day I wonder what's going over on Twitter. I barely check my Twitter account. And here is this video. I don't know if you've seen it, of this bear. It looks like a little bear cub. It's a tiny little bear. This guy named Brian posts it. And this bear is in the road where there is a traffic cone laying on its side. I don't know why, but this bear thought, I'm going to take care of this thing, picks it up with its teeth and stands it upright. As if it really cares about what's going on with the traffic in this world of social distancing right now. Wants to make sure the traffic cone's up. A bear, it's like, this is the smartest bear. What is this, Yogi or something?
I didn't realize bears were OCD.
Yeah, right? An OCD bear making sure the planet's okay, the traffic's going to flow, can't keep that cone on the ground.
He's like, these people have enough going on right now. I'm just going to jump in and do my part.
I know. And isn't it nice we have at least something that will entertain us while we're sitting at home, going through social media feeds and seeing a bear? Just like the world is riveted. I can't believe it. It first posted like in March and then 500 people watched the thing. It's in the millions. Like yesterday, it was over 8 million people watching a bear with its teeth pick up a traffic cone and put it upright.
Well, you know, when giraffes or eagles are expecting their young, we watch it for hours on end, or at least I do.
My kids, what was it, 5 years ago? That one eagle cam where you're just watching eggs?
Yeah.
Ready for them to hatch, and then the world's like, woo!
I watched puppies being born earlier this week, and I'm telling you, I watched it for about an hour.
Oh, Liz, you can't get that hour back. I'm sorry.
His morning crew.
We have a college girl that, sometimes necessity is the, I guess, father of invention. And so this college student has seen all the masks that are needed by those in the front line, the healthcare workers, first responders. She said, okay, so there's a group of people that are being left out. And those are that are hearing impaired. So what she's done, she's made masks that are clear at the mouth so that someone that is hearing impaired can read the lips, because that is primarily because most of us don't know sign language. So most of them have to read our lips just to communicate. And so she's made these. She started a GoFundMe page. She looked for about $3,000 so she could buy the materials and that kind of thing. She's already gotten the $3,000, deactivated the account, at least for now.
That is like brilliant. I mean,
it really is.
You wouldn't think about, okay, somebody's hearing impaired, they can read lips, and then, or our masks are covering our face, so they make a clear mask. That is just brilliant. Somebody thinking about others like that. I love it when people start thinking through some stuff through this whole COVID-19 thing.
Oh, right. But I would see that need and not know what to do about it. But this girl had the thought and made it.
His morning crew.
I say this with a little hesitancy, because baby food is involved.
Yes.
Time for Liz's Ugly Bakery, his morning crew on his radio.
Baby food is involved. This is a Paula Deen recipe, and I've been making this cake for years, and she calls it Sweet Baby Jack because I think that's her grandson. Okay. But you use baby food, and if you look at the ingredients in baby food, they keep it all natural. It is literally carrots and water. And so they've just been pureed. I don't like the texture of carrots in a carrot cake. And so that's why I love this recipe. It's just smooth and moist. Knowing Paula Deen, she uses a lot of butter, but in this recipe, there's only it's a full stick, a half a cup of butter, and it's all in the icing. However, there's a cup and a half of oil in the cake, a cup and a half. Like you could fry French fries in this cake, I think.
I was going to ask, I really don't know what that means. I'm not a baker, so evidently that's a lot of oil.
To me, that is an awful lot. Like I think any other cake that I've ever made, if you put vegetable oil in it, it might be at the most half a cup, but this is a cup and a half. So the cake I know tastes really good. And after my success last week with our Yule log, this is horrible. This looks like zombie apocalypse Easter bunny came to town.
Okay, we're connected on Zoom because we're social distanced right now. She's at her house. I'm at my house. Can I?
Can you see that?
Whoa. Oh my.
I'm not an artist, so.
That's clear.
Yeah, it is clear. So I just cleaned it, but it looks like he's bleeding from his ears and his mouth.
Yeah. There's a little, Friday 13th thing going on here. But I'm sure it tastes great.
Again, that's the whole premise of Ugly Bakery. See, the ones on the sides, I put stop it. I put them on the sides as well. And each one has a different personality. So
my stomach hurts. I'm laughing so hard. Okay. So that's Liz's Ugly Bakery. Oh, what did you even call this? I missed it.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simply a carrot cake with a lot of calories.
And baby food and a lot of oil. Okay, so coming up later on the His Morning Crew blog, you'll see the creation. Of course, we'll have it on His Radio TV. And, it's quite the thing to make. Absolutely.
The recipe will be there too.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
There's a lot of people who are going, okay, I want to know a little bit more about what Easter week is all about. Evidently, there's an app for that.
There is. It's called Easter Now, and I found out about this on our Care Community Facebook page. It's pretty cool. I've been watching it since, I guess, yesterday morning. And yesterday, there wasn't a whole lot going on in the Easter story, but you could back up to Palm Sunday. And it also has a checklist so that you can say, okay, we've been through this. Let's move on to the next. I hate to call it task, but thing that happened in the timeline of the resurrection story. So starting at 6 o'clock tonight, because in Jewish tradition, that's when Good Friday would have started. It says the Lord's Supper takes place. And then at 10 o'clock, they head to the garden. Jesus and the disciples will be heading to the garden, and it takes you through it. Tomorrow, the timeline is about every couple of hours, something else is happening. And even as I talk about it, it gives cold chills as to sort of walking through that with Jesus and the disciples and Mary and Pontius Pilate and everybody that was involved. It's really an amazing app. It's very cool.
You know what's funny is that we were sitting around the dinner table last night and we were talking about Easter week. Like it's Maundy, Thursday, and Good Friday. You have Easter Sunday. And I forgot that there was an app for that. I wish I would have known that because Amy, my wife, started asking, well, what is Wednesday? What happens on Wednesday? That kind of stuff. And now we see it all laid out on this app.
I love it. Plus, it gives you scripture so that you can also see where the prophet said this was going to come to pass. And then it gives scripture as it's happening. So it's a really good education tool. And you can bring it down to your kids' level, no matter what their age. It's very
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
I don't know if you heard, but with COVID-19 in New York City, the Bronx Zoo, and they said this like the other day that they tested one of their tigers. The tiger was feeling really sick, and they learned that that tiger has COVID-19. And so there's been this talk, and it's still pretty much true when it comes to pets and COVID-19. They can't get it, but now that they're doing some of the research, the vets, especially those in Britain, are now saying, watch your cat, because it looks like felines can catch COVID-19. They didn't say how severe it is or anything like that. That I didn't read, but I did read that they're saying keep your cat inside. So it
Well,
now has to social distance. If your cat's used to going outside and roaming through the neighborhood, they say, please stop that. Get in your garage if it's an outside cat, or just keep your cat inside for now.
so they're not only kind of getting it possibly, but they could be a carrier too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I know. You wouldn't think because
No.
the dogs aren't getting it, the others aren't getting it, but now it looks like the cats are getting it, according to what we were just reading from the
Right.
veterinarians, especially since that tiger. How sad.
I know. And why specifically felines, I wonder? Huh.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you that.
Yeah.
I wish I had that kind of
Vets,
smarts, but I don't. I do not.
His morning crew.
We are finding new ways to connect with our family. Like, I can't see my mom right now.
Mhm.
There are people that can't see their grandparents, and that's leaving kind of a void. Well, there's a kid. I saw this on TikTok and I had to share it. There is a kid. He's probably 17 years old. He knows that his grandparents are used to going to the gym and working out. They're trying to keep inflammation down. They have some swelling. And so he said, you know what? We can do this. So through technology, he's got FaceTime. He has his grandparents on one side, of course, of the camera. He's at his house. He sits in like an office chair at his computer and he leads them. So, like, he'll pick up a water bottle or whatever, and he'll do like arm lifts and that kind of thing. And then he backs up and he says, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the leg lifts. And they are just, they're smiling while they're doing the exercises because it's their grandson.
I love that.
Yeah.
He's making sure that grandma and grandpa are taken care of, even though they can't go to the silver sneakers.
That's
They've
right.
got their grandson taking care of them.
All right. So,
Here's
Rob, let's
grandpa.
do this.
Oh, do I need to pick up my water bottle?
Yeah. Or your coffee
Please.
cup or whatever.
Shoulder shrugs.
There you
Do
go.
I need to do a burpee right now?
Oh, please don't. You were doing that earlier.
No. It's not a belch. It's a burpee.
Okay.
It's an exercise.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
I don't know about you, but my hair is getting way out of control. I know that's a first world problem, but still,
For
the hair is getting out of
real.
control. Yeah, so I can't do anything with it. I mean, I got straggly, wiry kind of hair. It looks like I always have my finger in a light socket. It's kind of like
Yes, that's not.
that kind of thing that happens. And since it's longer, there's more gray that's coming in it. And so you see all that. So I found out, and you're going to like this, how to cut your hair, a DIY, a do-it-yourself, cut your own hair.
Going to do this to your
No, I'm
your
going to
own
walk
hair?
Liz through it. So Liz has long hair. Is the split ends action happening? I mean,
Oh, you have no idea.
okay, I can solve that for you.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so first thing you need to do is put your hair in a ponytail. In a high ponytail. We're talking, you take that thing and put all the way up to the scalp kind of ponytail.
Oh, I know
Okay.
exactly what that is because it brings wrinkles out. So I do that all the time.
Oh, wow. Ooh, I got to try that. I need to grow my hair long so I can get wrinkles out. Okay, so now you pull the ponytail upward toward the ceiling. You pull the hair forward. Okay, getting this? Once you reached your desired length on how long you want your hair to be when you do that,
Like where this is going.
and then you just cut all the split ends off. You just do that.
You're basically cutting off your ponytail.
Kinda, but it gets rid of your split ends. Okay. Here's another technique. Okay. Lean your head forward if you want to do like the layer look. You know how you do layers?
Oh, yeah,
The
sure.
layer
sure.
look. Okay. So then I'm teaching Liz, by the way, if you're just joining us, how to cut her hair DIY. You can't get to a hair salon, right? So now you just lean your head forward and you flip your head, the hair forward kind of a thing. Just like that. And then you gather up the ends and then you just cut straight across. You flip your head back over and you'll see that it maintains length, but it adds a few flattening layers. And there you go.
Hairdressers right now are cringing where they are, screaming at the radio. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't know, but at least you should try. My
You
hair's
should
not as long.
try.
My hair's not that long. I can't get in a ponytail, which you would be thankful because then man bun action would have to happen. And that's just not a.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
What do you do to get through social distancing? You jump out on the front porch, you do a little dancing, right?
That's right. 97-year-old Chuck Franckzy, I think I'm saying his last name right. He is a World War II veteran. He was a former pilot. This guy has gone viral for dancing to Can't Stop the Feeling. You know, the song from the Trolls movie?
Yeah.
And he went out on his front porch and he's dancing to Can't Stop the Feeling. And it has gone viral. Millions of people are watching this thing. Not the first time, though. This guy loves to dance. So a couple years ago, he also went viral because he was singing and dancing to Jingle Bells.
No way. On his front porch?
Yes.
The guy is a hoot. I love him. He's what, 97, you said?
97, yes.
87 years old. When I'm that old, I want to have those kind of moves that this guy has.
I want to have those moves now, for goodness sake.
You just
Get
practice.
on my front porch.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be nearly as cute.
She's moving on Zoom right now. She's going to need some tips from this guy.
Yeah, I probably will. Chuck, call me.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I love what this family is doing in England. They're trying to keep everybody in their neighborhood positive amid social distancing and COVID-19. So what they've done is they live in almost like a brownstone or a townhouse, and it's brick. So they have taken their sidewalk chalk, and they have two kids, probably like 6 and 8 years old, and they started coloring the bricks different colors, like in the colors of a rainbow. It's a very pastel, kind of a muted rainbow. But they started with the idea they were just going to do the bottom of the house. And then they just kept on. They kept having fun. Everybody was getting along. They colored every brick in the entire house. It took about 6 hours.
I hope it's not a 3-story house.
It looks pretty large.
Is it really?
Yeah.
A whole house. That is amazing. That's going to bring some joy to a lot of people.
Yeah, it really is. The neighbors are saying that they love it. Like it was such a simple thing, a simple idea. And the kids really took hold of it, had fun hanging out with the parents. And so it's just a win-win for everybody.
They have brick. I have vinyl siding. I don't think that would work for my house.
No, just paint. But I think you might not want to do that.